Hi everyone! So second video review for this week is for my second Ylva review copy for August, which was Fair Game by Charlotte Mills. If you want to check out my Goodreads review, I did just post that the other day. So if you're on Facebook or on my blog, there is a link within the post, and if you're on YouTube, then there is a link in the description below. And this is the video review. So Fair Game by Charlotte Mills was so good, so good, and I was so excited. I couldn't believe it when I saw that this was coming up for a review, because it is the follow-on from her debut novel Payback, and I really wanted to find out what was happening next for these characters. So I'm so pleased that Charlotte wrote this for us. So Helen, she's moved from Warner with Lexi, and they are looking forward to having a bit of a quieter life when Lexi suddenly ends up the target for someone who is either out to scare her or worse, like her like quite badly. And after pondering whether it could be something to do with Lexi's past, Helen sort of becomes convinced that it's something to do with her past and her career, and she sort of sets out trying to piece all the pieces together whilst not alerting Lexi to too much what she's doing and trying to keep her safe. So she's calling in a few favours, Helen, and she starts to uncover the truth, and she kind of realises there is a lot more to this, and she really isn't ready for the civilian life and settling down like she thought she was. So I absolutely loved this, like I say, to be back with Helen and Lexi. And I'll just say now, even though it is the follow-up to Payback, you don't have to have read Payback to read this. It's standalone on its own, thriller sort of suspense, and you will still get all the background that you need to understand Helen and Lexi and where they're coming from. But you should read Payback, because it is amazing, and it sets these two characters up, and it's how they met. So I remember falling in love with Payback as Charlotte's debut novel, and I just absolutely adored it. And so it was so great, like I say, to be back with Helen and Lexi and get their follow-up story. I really had wanted it, and I'm so glad Charlotte did it for us. It was amazing. So I was just so excited to read this, and I was not disappointed either. Charlotte has really delivered, and it would pay you to read Payback, like I say, before reading this instalment, but it really does stand well alone. And the only disadvantage is, like I say, you wouldn't know Lexi and Helen's history, which you don't need to know for this book, but it would just help you understand their characters a bit better. So you really should read Payback, but you don't have to, is what I'm saying. But I couldn't have imagined this as the future for these two. I had no idea they were going to get themselves wrapped up in such drama, but it seemed really fitting as something for these two characters. It's only these two that could end up entangled in such a thing, and it was really exciting, sort of working with Helen, trying to piece together how it was all going to come together, because there were so many clues, and you were trying to figure it out, and you just like, it could have been anyone at some point, and you just were like, oh my god, like, what is this? Like, who is targeting who, and why are they targeting them, and just what has happened? And Charlotte built all that suspense perfectly, and so the plot was it was absolutely fantastic, and it kept me absolutely hooked from that very first page. And I was so excited just to be uncovering another mystery with Helen, because Charlotte, when she writes these mysteries, they're not complex, but there's just red herrings everywhere, and I love it. It's so good trying to decipher who's like, it makes you question people, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But I couldn't decide which one of the many potential people it could be who could be involved. I really couldn't. I was getting to the point where I was like, oh my god, I'm never going to decide who's behind this. And I really just, it was so clever, and it was unexpected when it all did start coming together, and very clever how it was all woven in and connected, the events, the people, everything, even the little subtle clues that I totally missed. And I was like, how did I miss that? But then Helen missed them too, to be fair, so it's only fair, you know. She's detective-y type, she should be able to do this. But I loved it. It was absolutely fantastic, and it was a real thrilling mystery. It just had me gripped, and I couldn't put it down. I could not put it down until I knew the answers and what was happening, and they were going to be okay. Oh, I just couldn't put it down. But it was a fantastic mystery thriller, it really was, and I highly recommend it, and I'm very much looking forward to more from Charlotte and Helen and Lexi in the future, hopefully, because there's something about these two characters is just so fantastic, and I'm guessing this isn't the last time they're going to get themselves all tied up in some other thing that you shouldn't really be tied up in by accident. And I love that. I absolutely love that. So I'm really looking forward to more from them in the future. They just have a habit of walking into these situations, and you just know they're going to do it again. So I will pop a link in the description so you can go and grab yourself a copy of Fair Game by Charlotte Mills, and if you do, I hope you enjoy it. If you've read Fair Game by Charlotte Mills, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Please comment below and get involved. If you haven't read Fair Game by Charlotte Mills, but it's on your to be read list, you're planning to read it, or you're now really interested in reading it, again, it would be great to hear from you. So please comment below. Please let us know what you're reading, and if you do read it, I hope you have the best time reading it. I hope you really enjoy it, and I hope you have fun with Helen sort of figuring it all out. Bye!